Intruder Green. You might know me from things like Fire Festival, Centinela State Prison, and PUBG Mobile. Welcome to the Intruder Green podcast. It is the 21st of March, 2021. We got 221s in there. That's cool, I guess. It's not the like coolest date ever, but I don't know. What do you think would be? That's a good question to ask, and an even more fun one to answer. But yeah, I don't know. We're back with the new podcast episode. We got BJ Jezbera on the show today. He's a tight dude out of SoCal, and you could probably tell from listening to him talk that he's from Southern California. I tell you what, he is a Southern Cali bro. I don't mean that in a bad way either. Sometimes when people say bro, it sounds like bad, like tech bro or some shit like that. I don't mean that. I just mean that he's a cool dude, and he seems like real chill and stuff. We're talking about some of the new music he's making, which I thought was like the same kind of music he always makes, but it turns out he just does a lot of whole like acoustic folk punk kind of stuff. But I will say, one of my favorite things that now that I've gone back and listened to the rest of his stuff is his little skits that he does. They're pretty funny. So even if the folk punk thing ain't your thing, I think you should check his stuff out just for the comedy factor, because it's real good. I want to give a shout out to the producers of the podcast: Luke Ellis, Ren Sanz, Heather Royston, Gem City Sabrina, Vaughn Cotton, Sarah Koenig, Audacity Crash Clothing, Cardboard Box Colony, Chelsea McNally, and Carlos Hernandez. Thank you guys again as well. As always is what I guess I'm trying to say, for sticking in there and making this show keep kicking. Melanie K's been hooking it up. She hooked me up with this one, so it's presented by Melanie K. I guess we should say that. She's great, and I look forward to getting more people on the show from her, as well as digging into my own bank of friends to talk to people about like what's going on these days or whatnot. What is going on these days? I guess we got a lot of vaccines going on. And now people are saying, oh, that AstraZeneca, sounds like a car, is like not good because it's making blood clots. And now they're saying, oh, that's bullshit because that's just, everybody gets blood clots sometimes. Doesn't have anything to do with the vaccine. I don't know. I think, hopefully everybody's just healthy and you get the right people making good decisions so you can, stay healthy and fucking get rid of this damn virus. It's like a year from now. Okay, I think we just actually passed like a year since the pandemic became a pandemic, like officially or whatever. So it'll be cool. Like, think about it. Like a year from now, maybe we'll be talking about hey, that was a cool show we just went to with a full capacity club, and everybody was nice and had a good time. Yeah, and the band was real great, and we all partied, and some of us made out with some people, and that was real good. And stuff like that, and we'll be like, oh yeah, we're going on tour, and we got a new album or some shit, and it'll be real good. But we got to get there first, and the way we got to do that is to get vaccinated and keep your social distancing going on, because just because you're vaccinated don't mean you don't got the bacteria all over you, fucking, you get bird, you could be immune to bird shit, but if you got it on you, because bird shit on your head or something, it's still gross, and other people might get infected by it or something. I don't know if you can actually get diseases from bird poop, but I believe you could. I mean, if you get it in your eyes or something, maybe you get, what do they call that? E. coli? Because you get too much of it in your system and you get real sick. Anyway, I hope that doesn't happen to you guys. Jezbera. I keep screwing up his name. Without further ado, on with the show.
Hello, this is a prepaid collect call from
Intruder Green,
an inmate at Federal Correctional Institution. This call is subject to recording and monitoring. To accept charges, press 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, BJ Jezbera on the Intruder Green podcast. All right. As I was saying earlier, you look real good. Doing this on a video chat. My new situation here is a little crazy because I got some new tech to deal with, and I don't know. I kind of figured out how to set it up, but Eddie, you're rocking some of that Travis Barker swag I see with what was that Stars and Straps or whatever. Is that something? Oh wait, it says something about Matt Skiba though. That's cool.
Yeah, it was when Skiba joined Blink. They put these shirts out for their first show. It was like a limited run to rip off like an old Rolling Stone shirt.
Oh yeah, that's good. I like it. So yeah, but just to I don't know, get into like what you do and everything. You're from oh man, I was just reading about it. Somewhere in California.
Yep, Chula Vista, like basically
Chula Vista. Yeah, Diego's, that's right.
Dirtier little brother.
San Diego's dirtier little brother.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. I mean, San Diego's pretty clean, so I would say that's like maybe like cooler little brother, like a little badass little brother who gets away with stuff all the time. And San Diego's sitting there being like, "Hey, what's wrong with my little brother? He's way too cool." All right. Yeah. And you do like I guess it's mariachi. I've heard it called like folk, but it's more like it's straight up kind of like mariachi music, right?
Yeah, this last EP was it's not really. It's funny that this one's coming out and like everybody's starting to hear it and think like, oh, that's what your whole sound is. But like, yeah. Every EP has kind of been different. My first album was like a rip on like San Diego radio and just radio in general. So like, kind of reminded me like Grand Theft Auto style radio. Like everything's kind of sarcastic and funny. And then then this one came out and it's like just like the mariachi vibe, but I don't know. I got kind of like musical ADD, so it goes all over.
So what you're saying is I didn't do enough research.
No, it's all good.
No, yeah. Well, no, I'm excited though. I want to hear the rest of it because like I'm pretty sure the way I found out about you was with Melanie Kay. Was talking about some other band on your label, Barbaro Rum or whatever. The label's called it's Vanity, something Vanity.
American Vanity Records, yeah.
Yeah. So that seems cool because, like, you know, you got obviously like a whole lots of crazy stuff going on, and Barbaro Rum, they're like pirates or whatever. So I don't know. It seems like a pretty cool. Yeah, exactly. French pirates. Seems like a pretty cool label. Like they got lots of cool stuff going on. And yeah, now I'm excited to hear the rest of your stuff because like I heard the new album that's kind of like a mariachi album, and I like it a lot. Like your lyrics are great; they're just hilarious, and it's a lot of fun to listen to.
Oh yeah, yeah. So, everything is kind of different if you listen to each of my albums, and it gets classified as folk because it's got acoustic guitar, but I'd say it's more like Johnny Cash and Green Day had some like weird fucking baby. Because I've been in so many bands that, you know, just kind of don't make it. And I never stopped writing songs. Fuck it, I'll just grab an acoustic guitar. You can't stop me if it's a one-man show.
Sure, that's absolutely right. I think a few people have taken on that role. Like, you know, I know a few guys that are like, you know, in bands and they do the same thing. It's like, well, my band can't tour. Especially now with COVID, it's like, I feel like it's going to be more likely that people could probably tour as like a single person than they can with, you know, a full band. But you have a full band on the recording. Is that true for all your albums or just the new one?
With this one, it's actually like a band. Yeah, we kind of pieced it together with people from the label. So like the accordion player, his name's Nico. He's from France too, another band over there.
Oh, wow. So it was all done remotely then?
Huh?
Was it all done remotely then? Like you guys were all recording in different places or did you all get together?
Just his part was. Everybody else was out here, so they were able to record in the same garage. But everything else was kind of like usually just me and one other dude just kind of tracking through all the instruments and stuff. Because it's pretty simple. I like to keep it like 3-piece usually. This is the most produced.
Yeah, okay.
Call it.
Sure. I was gonna say if that's a 3-piece, it sounds very full for a 3-piece, but yeah.
Yeah. So usually if it's a live situation, it's just like really stripped down because I just like to keep it simple and like less shit to break. So we got like a cajon player, bass player, and me.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
we drink until everybody sees double.
Yeah, and then it don't matter if you're good or not, because everybody's like, it's great. It's the whole thing. It's like, hey, how we do? Hey, you looked great. All right.
Exactly. It's punk rock. It's not about sounding good. It's about looking good.
That's right. Everybody knows that. All right. So, are you originally from California?
Yeah, born and raised. I've been living in the same like 5 mile radius my entire life. Kind of stuck.
Wow. Cali, bro. Well, at the same time, I mean, a lot of people say that and they live in fucking like, I don't know, Kansas or something.
Exactly.
Not that, there ain't plenty of good people in Kansas, but I don't know. I don't think I want to live there personally. I think I would rather go live in Southern California.
You can always come crash on my couch.
Hey, I will probably hit you up at that as soon as this pandemic is over. But yeah, you're not on fire down there, are you?
No, we usually we avoid those pretty much. I'm kind of closer to the coast, so
okay, good.
We get little like offshoots of it when Mexico's on fire. I get more worried.
Oh yeah, all right. Yeah, I don't know geography too good, but we got some friends like they had to like get out of their houses and stuff, so that sucks. But glad you're doing okay. But yeah, so like I gotta get a little bit of the it's COVID time, so like what were your plans and all this? Because like obviously everybody's plans were canceled last year. Now we got the new year, and you got the new album out. When did the album come out?
It came out on January 8th. There was a little mix up. It came out a little earlier than we anticipated. Somebody wrote the wrong date in the release on the
shit
on the online shit. So the official date was January 8th, but it's been out for a while.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. All right. But so like, do you normally tour when you come out with an album and stuff to push it and all that?
I've been making my bread and butter off of just like bar gigs and doing shitty cover stuff, just because what acoustic guys get booked as, like they don't want to put you on the main stage as the acoustic guy. But I've gone around. I've gone up and down the coast a bunch of times. Gone like to Vegas and played. But typically, like, I just promote my stuff online. Like, I do a lot of live streaming and, social media kind of stuff. Then when the opportunity presents itself, fuck yeah, I hit the road. But I play a lot around San Diego. There's luckily a lot of opportunity for, bar gigs and dive bars and all sorts of stuff.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I've definitely been to quite a few bars in San Diego. I remember, I don't know how long it's not been a thing, but Awesome Fest. Did you ever get down with that? Yeah, I remember we only got to hang out at Awesome Fest once, but it was an awesome time, I have to say.
Oh, they named it correctly.
What was that?
Then they named it correctly.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah, that's basically just like
it sucked.
Yeah, right. No, it was real cool. And it was the same kind of thing as Fest in Gainesville, where they just got like. All the punk rock bands from all over the country and the world really show up and play in all the clubs around San Diego. So I got to see a bunch of them that way. And then, of course, we played in a few too. So yeah, I like San Diego and that area around you. Southern California in general is pretty great. So I don't know. I don't know if I made myself clear, but I'm pretty jealous right now because, it's cold here and, there's snow. And snow's nice, but only for like a couple weeks. Then I'm like, I wish I could go to the beach.
Yeah, it's nice to visit, but you don't really want to like live it.
That's right. I don't want to live in snow. Yeah. So obviously, I don't know. I'm actually not in America, so I don't really know how things are there as far as like, can you do acoustic shows right now? Like just for like a small audience or anything?
Not really. You're not supposed to. I was lucky pretty much throughout the entire pandemic to be able to, though. There was a couple places that I played regularly before everything went to shit.
Oh yeah.
Just gonna like kind of break the rules, and I don't
okay.
I just I put on a mask and I played, and if people got too close to me, I drop kicked them in the stomach. That's all I had.
Well, at least you're being responsible.
Now, though, there's nothing. Everybody's closed. Even the ones that were kind of breaking the rules are hurting now. So it's crazy.
Yeah, it's true, and that's the scary thing. Like a lot of places are going to get shut down or whatnot. But so you say you do a lot of stuff online. So if you were already doing that, then maybe your thing didn't get hurt too much by everything that went down.
I would say the pandemic absolutely boosted that up, because I was doing drink along, sing along kind of things on like Instagram Live, Facebook Live. But then when the pandemic hit, it kicked me in the ass, like upgrade my computer a little bit and get that thing going, like running YouTube and Twitch. And the drink along, sing along, now it just looks a little bit better.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, but that's good. It's like kick you in the pants, and you're like, oh shit, now I got too many people. Got fucking buy a server or something. Yeah, that's the way the internet works.
No, usually the same 8 people, the same 8 alcoholics to drink along with you.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
At least we got
at least you got what?
Consistent.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you want to have that, So you just grew up in California, like how did you what was like getting into punk rock for you? Because I know, for me, it was kind of like the only thing there was to do. But you're in California, so I feel like you could have gone a lot of different ways with that. Obviously there's a lot of music around you, lots of showbiz and stuff. Yeah. What got you going on the music thing growing up?
I was always kind of like an attention whore as a kid, so I started off in theater doing like plays and all sorts of acting stuff.
Cool.
Like 12 years of my life, and then once puberty hit, and I was like, well, girls don't really like guys in plays, but they like guys with guitars. So once I hit 12, 13, I got myself a little Squire guitar and just started seeing other people who were playing music. And like, all right, let's make some noise, and then just kind of snowballed from there. A bunch of high school bands and stuff. And I've always liked bands like Blink-182 and Green Day and like Social Distortion. So that was kind of like what we tried to go for. But in San Diego in particular, I feel like the scene is just kind of all over the place. There's a good punk and like metal scene, but you can find pretty much anything you want out here. And then once like the early 2000s hit, everything kind of went shitty electronic, like dubstep.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it definitely seems like, punk rock, the scene ain't what it used to be. Like, some people think it's cool because it's like, oh yeah, you can't make money as a punk rock musician anymore. And they're like, people like me are like, yeah, it sucks. And other people are like, no, it's cool because that means punk rock's not cool anymore. And it's more fun to go to the shows and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I guess. But I kind of wish I was making a whole lot of money.
Yeah, I like eating more than bean and cheese burritos,
Yeah, right? Bean and cheese burritos, though, are good.
But they are good.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah, but music is just it changed, but but you got hooked in and you just started doing it. Did you get a band going, or like how long you been playing?
Yeah, I've been playing since I was like 12, so 18 years now. But I mean, playing well, still working on that, but playing consistently probably about last 8 years.
I'm still working on the playing well thing too.
Yeah, I heard you guys. I think you're good. Haven't seen you live yet though, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah,
next time I get
go.
Sure.
Yeah, studio magic. We'll see.
Oh yeah, studio magic is a friend to one and all.
That's right. But okay, so
like everybody wants to do the studio magic kind of thing. I'm like, fuck it, let my shitty voice go through. Like this EP was the first one where like I really dug my heels and was like, don't fucking auto tune me. If it sucks, like I'm just gonna sing it again 1,000,000 times until it gets better.
Oh really? Did you go with no auto tune on this?
Yeah, I mean, if they put it on, they must have put it on like lightly behind me. But like just keep this shit straight, because I mean, I even like get butthurt sometimes when there's too much reverb. Like I don't know. The whole reason I do the acoustic, because like I like to strip down. Like if you don't like it, fuck you. This is me,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I hear that. Yeah, we did. We kind of like made a point to go with no auto tune on our first 2 albums, and man, did it suck. Man,
but
yeah. But it's true. It's like you as a I guess artist, you kind of appreciate you did that, but then I think by the time we got to like anything we did after those first 2 albums, we're like, nah, fuck it, auto-tune this shit. We'll get it as close as possible, but I don't want to do that again. It's so grueling.
My shit, you'd be like, oh, that's really auto-tuned. That's no auto-tune. Like, it's all over the place. Yeah. I feel like I've gotten stronger as a performer, so now I can kind of like lean on it less.
But, I think that's important. I kind of want
to do it, simple and straightforward, because I'm not trying to be fucking Katy Perry,
Yeah.
Like, she's cool. I don't know. She's cool. I don't have the boobs for it though.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah.
I'm working on it. Coming in.
Oh yeah, you could get there. I think I'm pretty close actually. So she better watch out. I'm gonna steal the spotlight. Yeah. No, but she really does have a great voice, and I think it's important to know like what you said about like you can get to a point where you're good enough at singing, and you don't have to lean on it so much. Because I definitely heard like a lot of bands that I actually really like, but boy, are their voices auto-tuned on those recordings. And it's like
completely different.
Yeah. And it's like, I don't know. Yeah, you got to put some effort in there to like make it not sound, I don't know. It's like sometimes it actually just sounds kind of cool, but at the same time when it's like every song in the album, and it's like, oh, here we go again. Every note's like just sounds like a keyboard. I don't know.
Although vocal processing is nice, but the way I look at it is like it's like making a cake, right? If you make a decent sized cake, you don't have to put too much frosting on it to make it bigger, So like the frosting would be like the auto. But if you make a cupcake and you want like a wedding cake out of that, you're gonna have to pile a shitload of fucking frosting on top of it. So they're gonna cut through the frosting
analogy.
Cupcake anyway, So yeah, I'd rather be the cake with light frosting than the cupcake with a fucking trash can full of frosting on top of it.
Hell yeah. That sounds good to me.
And you'll see, like, I don't know, if you listen to my shit, you'll see it's like, there's the earlier stuff definitely needed the vocal processing, but now it's just kind of like smoothing things out. Like, not necessarily like my voice is cracking, but it's just, that's how digital audio works. You're not recording analog anyway. Like, you got to fix stuff because computers fuck up.
Yeah, computers fuck up. And, we're just at that point in time now where, I don't know, it's like the way people's ears work. It's like, it's got to sound kind of perfect. But at the same time, I still do appreciate, like kind of a shitty recording of like a like punk rock band, Like, I honestly haven't heard anything, like a fucking, I don't know, hardcore band that just fucking sounds like they recorded in a garage. It sounds like shit, but that kind of makes it sound good.
For like the same drum set because they're all using digital drums and placing them and stuff.
That's true.
You're called hardcore, not like easy way out. Like make it hard.
Yeah, right. But yeah, I don't know. Like I don't hear a whole lot of that no more. Yeah, like just a band, any kind of band, just going and recording a live set in a fucking, I don't know, concrete basement or a garage and like putting that out. But I wouldn't mind it, Like everybody's got to act like everything's got to be so perfect and like plastic sounding these days.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like the next thing I do if I get my band back together after this whole quarantine thing is going to be similar to like how they used to do it in the old days, kind of like everybody in one room, try to do all together instead of piece by piece. So that way you don't have to worry about like a metronome or any of that. Just like, go with it, play it, and how it goes.
Yeah, and you can get some of that, like a big thing. People are always like, oh, you gotta like just some of these sounds people come up with, and it's like totally isolated. And it's like, what about room sound? Room noise. You gotta get that good reverb in there and stuff. I mean, I don't know how to do it, but we've definitely been able to work with some people who did, and makes good difference. So yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, getting a band together. Yeah.
Recording in different studios and stuff, you see too, it's like, okay, I can get like a pretty across the board, like good sound no matter where I'm at now, thanks to technology. But like when you go to a real studio with like an actual drum room and a vocal booth and a this and a that, like it does make a difference. It makes a big difference.
Yeah. Or just, find a good sounding room, set the band up and play, Like put one microphone in there and see what happens.
LA Woman, he sang that entire album in a bathroom. That was awesome.
Oh yeah, that's good. Bathrooms are good for, I mean, they might not be good for acoustics, but it's, there's a reason people sing in a shower so much. It's like, it sounds good in there. It sounds like a nice ISO booth where you can like hear yourself real good without headphones. It's weird.
And
It's
your
kind of
neighbors
magical.
too. It's great.
What's that?
And my neighbors get to put up with it as well.
Yeah, exactly. You're giving them like a free show. It's kind of like like an open mic when you're just like starting out and you're like, I gotta see if this works real good. Hey neighbors, what do you think? And they're like, shut the fuck up. And you're like, yeah, your opinion sucks anyway.
Yeah. When they hear me go, open this pit up.
That's right. And then you start thrashing around in the shower, fucking.
My fist to the wall. Yeah.
That's right. Breaking all the tiles and tearing down the shower curtain. Yeah.
That's what acoustic rock is all about.
That's right. Yeah. So anyway, you what's I don't know. It's hard to ask you about like what life is like right now because it's kind of the same for everybody. You're just on lockdown, fucking chilling and whatnot. But like, what was life like before the pandemic? You hanging out in Southern California, doing a scene or whatever, playing bars and stuff. You doing any boarding, as the kids like to say?
Yeah, I used to surf a bunch like in high school. But then as I got older and broke easier, I stopped surfing so much, but still skate and snowboard.
Yeah.
That's the nice thing about where we live is, you can kind of drive, 20 minutes to get to the beach. You can drive an hour and get to the mountains. So in one day, you can get it all through the desert. I'll go out there and get, plastered in the desert and ride some motorcycles or something, shoot some guns.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, before the whole lockdown, like most of what I was doing was just playing music, recording, working on like animation and stuff because I've always been like into drawing. So I just challenge myself and I try to use whatever I've got around me. So, I've got a computer, even if it sucks, I'm going to try and make it work for something. So yeah, I was working on these little animations. I animated a podcast.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
What was the podcast?
It's called the 15-Minute BJ.
Wait, is it your podcast?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's gone through a few different forms. It was audio only at first, and then I think I tried like a video component, but I was like, dude, I don't want to get fucking pretty every day for this, so I just started drawing little cartoons.
Tell me about it.
I can make this happen. Oh, you look great. Don't worry. The mask really brings out your eyes.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I agree. Well, that's cool though. So you got your own podcast. Is it like an ongoing thing? You still doing it?
The animation took fucking weeks. So.
Oh yeah.
My wife recently had a baby. He's 7 months now. So for the past 7 months, I've kind of been like changing diapers and dodging feet. So, I do plan on getting it back in once he gets more human. Right now, it's just kind of like dealing with a screaming monster all the time.
Yeah, that's right. Huh. Shit.
We picked the right time to do it. I mean, there's nothing else going on, so I might as well have a kid.
That's right. I know some people, other people who are doing the same thing. Exactly. So that's very cool. I completely agree. But so like, is that like the extent of your animation? You're just doing your like kind of working on your own stuff, or have you like done anything else with it?
To, like do it for anybody else or whatever, and it still took me so long because I have no training in that shit. Like it's just the same thing as music. Like I picked up a guitar one day and was like, I could play, damn it, I can play anything.
Oh
so, when I started doing the animation stuff, it was just like really like, oh, I looked up like one video and was like, I could do that, and just started trying it my own way, like frame by frame doing shit, and then eventually tricks here and there. But yeah, I'm working on animating a video for La Cucaracha on the EP.
Oh, cool.
That's forever because it's gonna be partly animation and partly video. So I just got to figure out how to do both of those at the same time. Yeah.
I'd struggle enough. Like people who listen to the podcast probably know that I also do like videos on, the YouTubes and stuff like that. And it's like, I don't know. I wish I had a camera person. It's extra hard to do now with the COVID lockdown and everything because we can't visit each other. But like, yeah, I always try to like do these cooking videos, and I'm trying to cook and also like videotape myself doing it, and it's like real hard. I got like a tripod and I set it up and I'm like trying to like lean underneath it and like get these shots, and it's always terrible. But I guess people, it turns out okay sometimes, but it's definitely keeps me from doing more.
Yeah, and it's it's kind of like when I play shows, like I'm usually the sound guy and the musician. So like I got to run to the stage, play a couple shits, like loop it real quick, maybe like sing into the mic a little bit, and then run over to the soundboard because apparently nobody in Boston can run their own fucking sound anymore.
Damn. Well, yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's like a thing where they can't pay a guy to or anybody to do it.
They could barely pay me.
It's a sign of the times, you know? Yeah. Yeah. Well, shit. That's extra cool though that you're doing that. I will hit you up about that. Yeah, we dealt with some like animation stuff, and that shit does take forever. It's like, I don't know. I always thought, hey, we want to do a show. Like maybe like make a TV show or something. Let's make it a cartoon. Turns out that's a lot harder to do than just using a camera and filming it yourself, because animation, I mean, if you're a professional animator, you're getting paid, because those guys, you know, it takes a lot of time and it's expensive. We found that out. So anyway, yeah.
Sometimes it's the hard way too. You're like, oh, let's just go for it, and then as soon as you get into it, you're like, oh, fuck, what do we do?
Exactly. But that's really the best way to do things, I think. You just got to jump in and see what happens. And if you get screwed, you know, do better next time, I guess. Or maybe there won't be a next time.
Pushing.
That's right. That's right.
Guitar players, I bet you thought you were shit out of luck when it comes to finding your dream guitar or amp. You know, you go on some auction site or something and it's all crap. Yeah. Well, that's because, you know, you got to look in the right place. And the right place is Yeah Man's Vintage and Used Guitars. They got exactly what you're looking for. Now, I know what you're thinking. Aren't they located in like Switzerland or something? Yeah, man, they are. Bern, Switzerland to be exact. But you know, you can get on the internet and you can go check out their website, yeahmansguitars.com, and you can order stuff on there. So, you know, it don't really matter where the heck you are in the world. You can just get on their website and find all sorts of cool stuff that you're looking for. And you might not even know that you wanted it until you see it on there. And there's a lot of good stuff. If you got something specific you're looking for and need some help finding it, just hit up Yeah Man Guitars on the electronic mail. That's the email. It's like 21st century and you got email and websites. It's like amazing. Some people will call it magic. Some people will call it science. I just call it, I don't know, crazy shit. yeahmansguitars@gmail.com. As far as email goes, it's where you email them. And while you're at it, get your band a tour in Europe and stop by the shop. Michael and the rest of the crew would love to meet you, I'm sure. And you could tell them Green sent you. Yeah Man's Vintage and Used Guitars. Hi, Intruder Maniacs. Are you in a band? The answer is, of course you are. Everybody's in a fucking band these days. Anyway, if you're in a band, congratulations. I'm making the worst financial decision of your life, aside from taking out college loans or something. Yeah. Now, there is a way to lessen the burden of such a financial decision. It's called merchandising. And Stupid Rad Merch Company is all ready to meet your merchandising needs. You want some t-shirts? Got a tight deadline you need them printed on? And because you booked a tour less than a month out and you didn't get canceled like everybody else's tours did? How about a bunch of weird random trinkets like keychains, medallions, and what about koozies? You know, like everybody likes koozies. Koozies are great because they keep your drink cold and your hand warm, or vice versa, depending on what you're drinking. Stupid Rad Merch Company can get all these made for you. Stupid Rad Merch Company is an in-house artist who can help you with your designs of stuff. They're still a small enough company that they pay special attention to you and your special needs. Because, you know, everybody's got special needs. Like, you know, you probably mostly. And they even got a web store. That's where the real magic is. You go on tour and you sell your stuff, but chances are you're going to have some left over, or some fans are going to feel like left out because they didn't have enough money to buy something at your show. So they go on to stupidradmerch.com and find stuff from your band on there. They'll take care of all your production and shipping fulfillment needs. So go ahead, go on to Stupid Rad Merch Company's web store right now and check out all the tight bands that are already on there. They got a bunch of them, like got the Bomb Pops and like the Bad Cop and stuff. It's all good. Yeah. All sorts of cool swag. And right now, if you go on there and at checkout, you use the code PRISON, you can get 15% off all of the Stupid Rad Merch branded apparel at stupidradmerch.com. Go check it out. stupidradmerch.com.
So, yeah, I don't know. I think you do some like regular stuff on it. I don't know if it's on the internet or like playing out or if that stuff's over now, like regular gigs, as the kids
Yeah.
like to say.
For the last maybe like 5 years, I was playing regularly, at least like 2, 3 gigs a week. And that was, the dream. I mean, I never really like wanted to get into music and become like famous or anything, because I don't even know what that means. I just wanted to be able to do it consistently and like not have to work a shitty job.
Yeah.
So, I mean, because I've worked plenty of shitty jobs while playing music, and it sucks.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So I was really lucky to be able to, for as long as I did, hold it down and, live off gigs basically. But as soon as COVID hit, I knew shit was going to be different. So, it changed everything, not just, gigs, but everybody's lives have changed. So
Oh yeah.
I don't know what it looks like coming out of it. I would like to continue playing gigs, but
Sure.
with the baby on the way and everything, I had to go get a job. So I had to go back and get a shitty job.
Yeah. I hear you. Well, there's always money in crime.
That is true. Yeah. Except I'm not very good because I've been arrested several times.
Oh yeah, me too. But I mean, I'm still trying to figure it out. But I believe there's money there. I believe it to be true.
Yeah, it's there. You just gotta try hard.
Yeah, that's right. Trying hard is the thing. Anyway, yeah, like I think that's going to be a sign. Really, is we like to pitch and moan about being musicians. It's like, oh, I want to live the high life and like be able to tour around the world and stuff and do, or like play any shows, and get paid for it and stuff like that. But I really think that's going to be like a sign when we know like we're back from this COVID thing. Not that we're going to go back to like normal, because like people keep talking like maybe normal should be different because with all the things that have happened with like the protests and everything that's been going on, and not to mention the state of politics, like maybe normal isn't what we need to go back to, but like a new kind of normal. But I think one thing everybody would like to get back to is, like live entertainment and being able to gather in a room and like sweat on each other and stuff like that. It's going to be, I think that's going to be like the sign that we're back.
That's what I'm waiting for. I keep waiting to see, more shows opening up, because I feel like the first step you're going to see come back is going to be the big shit, like the Live Nation type shows and like the big acts going national again, like, because that's where they're, there's too much money behind that to not let that come back. But like for me, like until I can go play like my favorite little dive bar where there's like 30 people in there ignoring me and eating shitty spaghetti or something, that's going to be the sign that like, okay, we can breathe again. But like for right now, it's going to be so weird, especially with those big shows. I've heard they're going to make you like, either like show proof of having a test or maybe like test at the door or something, which I wouldn't mind. But like, as long as it's on-site testing, like you test me real quick before I go in, cool. But if you're going to make me go get a test before coming out, you're not going to get many people coming to shows.
Yeah, it's going to be messy too, because it's like, some of those shows that are like thousands and thousands of people, and it's like you're going to have them wait in line, right? And then they get tested, and then it's like if one person turns out to be sick, it's like, well, suddenly everybody's infected, right? Even just from waiting in line. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah. And I saw like a month or two ago, like in China, they had like some big festival. Like they're just, I guess they've beat COVID over there or something, but they had like a huge festival in like a pool. Like everybody's floating and like shoulder to shoulder, no mask, no nothing. I'm like, I guess they're back. But
yeah, it's actually funny. Like thinking about, I don't know, the people's mentality shortly after this too. Like even if people are, cured and stuff, I feel like people are just going to be so trained to like not get close to each other. It's going to feel weird when like people don't have to wear masks all the time and stuff. And suddenly you see it and you're like walking around in a store or something. And you're like, wait, why is my face naked? That feels weird. I mean, I'll feel the same, but you guys probably feel weird.
Well, your mask does everything except for cover the mouth. So, it's like,
I know we fucked up. I don't know what we're thinking. Now I gotta wear a double mask and it's real uncomfortable.
Yeah, how do you do it? Do you do a mask over the mask? Like you got the little like the N95 over the
Oh yeah, that's right. I look like I'm getting into like some industrial shit.
Yeah.
We're gonna start using we're gonna get Trent Reznor to produce our next album, maybe.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, you guys could just go like Guar approach too, just real mask.
That's true. Like those guys could probably like put a mask under the mask, and that would be real good.
At a Guar show, you feel like you're gonna catch something in even the best of times because they're spraying with like blood and piss and
that's
whatever
right. Yeah, it's good stuff. I seen Guar with the Misfits actually. That was real cool. But yeah.
This was that like the Jerry Only's like.
Oh yeah, it was the real shitty one. It was no, they had the guy who's now the fucking I don't know. He's like a Proud Boy or something.
Oh, Michael Graves.
Yeah. Anyway, fuck that guy.
I had to separate the music from the artist because like I love like. A lot of people hate that era of Misfits. Like that's like the WWE era of Misfits. But I thought it was
well, yeah, literally, right? Like they were actually on WWE.
Yeah, they were WCW. That's how old it was.
Oh shit. Yeah. Well, like I like wrestling. What?
I thought that era of Misfits was kind of like where they dialed it in because it was kind of what they always wanted to be.
Yeah,
scary
probably
kind of stuff. And then they started doing the costumes and the bigger stages. I was like, okay, that works. But once they went like Jerry Only's Superstars, where it's like him singing and like just fucking hired guns on drums, it got really weird.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like, apparently, it's almost like whenever, the band, like when we're in the van too long or something and everybody's getting on each other's nerves and we're like, fuck these guys. I gotta get the fuck away from them or whatever. Because that happens. I'm sure it happens with any band. But like, at least we're not the Misfits, man, because those guys really fucking hate each other, apparently.
Yeah, they're like the rock stars of punk rock, for sure.
Oh, yeah. That's
like
true.
Like they're all in separate dressing rooms. They don't see each other until they go on stage. And then once they're on stage, they don't look at each other.
Yeah, that's right. Well, do you got any like upcoming things you're doing, like online or anything you want to talk about?
I don't have any live streams planned yet, but I mean, if anybody follows me on social media, they'll know about it because I'll just fucking blast it as hard as I can. I'm working on music and stuff, so that's kind of what's taking up my time. Doing some demos. I think I'm gonna start like a SoundCloud or like a Bandcamp, so I can just start putting that shit out in between nice releases. Just because, if everything's gonna be online and digital, I'm just gonna try and put all my focus on it and put more and more and more out. But just trying to figure out what those waters even are.
Yeah. I know it's a weird thing where like even a year into this, or like I guess not quite a year, but like it seemed like all of 2020 was COVID, but it hasn't even been that long. But everybody's really had to like figure it out, and we're still doing it. But some people are just hoping that like they get through it, and then eventually things will go back to like some kind of semblance of normal. But I think it's good that like you're just figuring it out, the best way to keep entertaining people, keeping yourself out there and stuff, and being creative and all that.
Yeah, not even the world ending could stop me from making music.
That's right.
In what capacity it happens. I think what I'd like to see happen, or what I'm going to be working on trying to do more of, is kind of like with this EP. I teamed up with so many other people, which is something I don't normally do. I usually just like being a lone wolf.
Oh sure.
It took fucking 4 years to get those 4 songs done because of all this.
Wow.
But what I want to do is like more team up kind of stuff. Like, I back in the day when, CDs were still a thing, I used to love getting like a split CD. Like my favorite one was like Alkaline Trio Hot Water Music split. Like,
oh yeah, I remember that. That's good.
A lot of team stuff. And I think in the digital age, it's so much easier to do that. Where like, me and you guys could like record a song, put out a 2-song little fucking whatever on the internet. Like, oh look, they teamed up. Like, I think that's kind of going to be replacing, especially for the mid to low level guys, where we don't get the opportunity to go out and tour right away, where, we kind of got to figure out a new way to keep the eyes coming on us. Because, after a year of live streaming, people go, I know every song, I know every joke, I know every drink of whiskey. Like, I try not to be super programmed. Like, it's a very loose show, but, if you've seen it enough, you're like, okay, I kind of see what's coming next. So I think the progression of that would be kind of like getting back to shows where you have 2 or 3 acts, kind of sharing a night instead of just listening to me play 3 hours of everything I know. Be nice to have 3 bands. So right. I think that's what I'm going to be trying to force on the musical world soon is like just teaming up with whoever will team up with me, and like, either whether it's like a pre-recorded live video stream or like a recorded, kind of EP thing where we just put out some artwork and put out a couple songs. Like, I feel like that's going to be the progression of where my shows are heading.
I think that's a good innovative thing you're doing, or an idea to do something. And yeah, I think a lot of people kind of are starting to like trend that way. So it's cool. I think that's the way to make it work. We'll make it work. Won't be quite as cool as like going to shows and stuff, but
no, fuck no. I miss all that so much.
Yeah.
Even in high school bands, it was great because you always like, I was usually the young guy, and so everybody would the bands I was playing with when I was like 16, 17, most of those guys were like 22, 23. Like my whole band was young, but the other bands we were playing with, they'd be older dudes. So that's how we get like our Four Locos and our cigarettes. We just get out in the, in the parking lot, getting down. You can't do that online. Like, what are you gonna do? Fucking like Postmates a bottle of whiskey to your house? Like, quit playing.
Yeah, well, maybe that's a new service that needs to be invented. Like, I don't know, digital or like, what's the word? Not digital. I can't think of the word. When something's like there, but it's not really there. Virtual. That's it.
Yeah.
Like a virtual bartender or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
One of the things I was doing during my stream was like, hey, if you put $1 in my Venmo, you're buying me a shot. So then I just had a bunch of assholes like constantly putting dollars in and watching me just drink a bottle of tequila, basically.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And I got to be the musician, the sound guy, and the bartender. And security. Drag myself out of there.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that's right. Hey, you got to throw yourself down the stairs and film it. And then everybody will buy you more shots. Yeah. All right. Oh, by the way, well, so like as far as the, you got the music, you got the animation. That's just, do you got a page for that or anything, or is that just kind of like you doing the music video thing with the animation? I mean,
yeah, it comes out. Everything I do, I put it on like YouTube usually.
All right,
and the music I put up everywhere, so it comes out on Spotify, iTunes, all that shit. But yeah, like the animation and any videos and stuff that I do, or like any weird ideas, usually just YouTube or Instagram.
All right, and then they can just find that on like BJ Jezbera YouTube.
Yep. If you search my name, if you Google my name, you have to put my last name, because if you only Google BJ, you're gonna find a whole bunch of other shit.
Yeah, that's good too.
If you want to see, but it's not me.
All right.
But if you put BJ Jezbera, you'll find all my shit. Like, I'm the first 5 pages. So, and it's great because nobody else has that name. I'm not like fighting for that name online.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, YouTube, any social media. If you just type BJ Jezbera, you'll find it.
Excellent.
The hard part is spelling Jezbera. I'm not going to tell people. They're just going to have to figure it out.
Yeah. Well, you'll get there though. I mean, they'll get there. They'll find you. I found you. It was real easy.
Yeah.
Unless you got anything else you want to bring up, I got one last question for you.
If anybody out there is listening and hearing all the shit we've talked about with COVID and everything, like, I just want everybody to support not just their bands and their friends and stuff, but think about the places that we used to play too. Like, think about the venues, think about the bars. Like,
oh, for sure.
Support your friends, support their bands. But if you can, like, and the places you like are doing some sort of like dine out, or take out food, or take out drinks, or live streams. There's venues that are trying to just do live streams to get by. Like, we gotta support them. Like, that's the only way we're all gonna make it through. If we keep the spotlight on, just keep trying.
Yeah, because it's not, people think like a venue as like a building or like a place to go to see shows, but it's actually all the people that are involved with that need that fucking place to keep going. And yeah, it's like, yeah, maybe if you were a bartender, you can, I don't know, go start working for Amazon or some bullshit, but nobody wants to do that. And those jobs are gonna, everybody's doing those jobs now. So, it's not like that's not gonna also not be an option for some people too. So yeah, I completely agree. Please, support the venues and the entire industry is suffering. So it's all people trying to eat. So help them eat.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right. Well, in any case, the one thing you could do if you don't got a job is crime. That leads me to my last question. And I usually try to tell people I'm going to answer these questions ahead of time, but I forgot to tell you. So, crime stories. Do you got any?
Oh, I got a few.
All right.
A bunch from like doing graffiti and stuff. And even during this quarantine shit, I wouldn't say it was crimes because I was just trying to, fucking do it. But I've had shows shut down by the police, and I even had a photo shoot stopped by the police because apparently you're not even allowed to be outside anymore.
Shit.
But let's try to think of a funny one. I think probably the best crime story I got is getting a DUI without actually being drunk. The legal limit is .08, and I blew a .075 on Mardi Gras. So they decided to put me in the back of a paddy wagon by myself for 2 hours until they filled it. And the funny thing about that was they had me in cuffs the entire time. So I'm sitting in the back of this fucking cold ass paddy wagon, not even drunk, like just super aware of what's going on and like very upset. This is how it's going down. But it was super uncomfortable to be sitting with your hands behind your back. And I'm a little flexible dude, so I can like move my hands and get them back in my lap with the handcuffs on. Every time paddy wagon to bring people in, the cop would look at me with my hands in my laps like, "The fuck are you doing? I put your hands behind your back for a reason. Keep them there. Stop doing that." And I was like, okay. So they recuffed me behind my back. They shut the door, and then whoever came in was like, "Hey, watch this." And I just put my hands back in my lap. I did it like 6 times just to fuck with them because I was there for so long, and I just remember these cops getting madder and madder and madder. I was like, I'm gonna get the hose when I get out of here. But yeah, it was my way of getting back at the system.
Well, the most fucked up thing about that is if you were sitting in the paddy wagon for hours, you were even less drunk when they actually took you to jail or whatever.
I wasn't drunk at all. That was the bullshit. I was running sound at a show that night.
Right.
Somebody brought me they had like Jim Beam representatives walking around, like handing out these like not even shots, like itty bitty.
Oh yeah, the half shots or whatever.
Yeah, but the cup was cool, so I was like, I'll keep it, put it in my pocket, and the cop smelled it. He's like, "I smell alcohol on you." I was like, "Oh, it's probably this." Like an idiot, just pulled it out. He's like, "All right, get out of the car." And they had me blowing and doing all that stuff on the breathalyzer. And yeah, I didn't even hit the limit, and they still assumed I was drunk. I was so sober that I was able to pretty much do all that fucking DUI
I forget what it's called, but I know what you mean. Touch your nose and hop on your head. Yeah.
Exactly. And I was doing it perfectly. So the fact that they put me in the paddy wagon was just so upsetting to me. I was like, really? Of all the nights to catch me, this was the night. Okay.
Yeah, right? Like, you were probably like, dudes, come on. I've done way worse shit than this. You got to fucking hit me back another time when I'm really fucking up.
Yeah, you caught me on the wrong night. Like, you could have had some real good numbers 2 weeks ago. But today, all right.
It's kind of like... you catch a fish and it's undersized, you let it go because it might grow later. And then you catch a big fish.
Yeah, you get me when I'm blowing at, 2.0, where there's, "Hey, sir, we found some blood in your alcohol."
Hey, it's BJ 2.0. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that was an excellent story. Thank you for coming on the podcast. It was nice to meet you. Appreciate your music and all of your insights to the industry and the state of it in these days. I guess you kind of told everybody where to find you, and I'm gonna go check your shit out because from what I heard so far, it's real good.
Thanks, yeah, appreciate it. Thanks for having me on, man. I love your band too, so this is really cool.
Thanks.
I was wondering, I was like, are the mask for this? Like, am I gonna see his real face? What's going on? Nope.
Oh yeah, always a mask. It's always there.
Shower with that shit.
That's right. Shave with it too. That's real difficult though.
I can only imagine what that would look like.
Yeah, that's right. All right, man. Well, thanks a lot again, and I guess I'll speak to you soon.
Yeah, I love it.
And that's it for the Intruder Green podcast. You can hit me up on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, all at Intruder Green. The Intruder Green calling line is +1 608 535 9608. Patreon.com/Intruder Green if you want to become a producer of the podcast. The Intruder Green podcast is produced by Colin Bennett, hair and makeup by Genevieve Smith, set design by Dylan Rama, catering Matthew Hendershot, lighting Squeak Lights, Rahway, New Jersey. Our theme song is Particles by Tight Bros. Just Ninja Kick the Damn Rabbit.